All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about something that's poised to be a massive shift in AI agents. Now, these aren't just another app or another tool. We're talking about autonomous digital teammates that can actually take on complex jobs for you. So let's get into how these digital sidekicks are about to change pretty much everything.
You know, when you hear the word agent, what's the first thing that pops in your head? For a lot of us, it's this guy, Agent Smith from The Matrix, a program built to keep order in a world that wasn't even real. It's kind of wild that 25 years later, the word agent is having this huge comeback. Only this time, it's not science fiction anymore.
And this is way more than just a cool tech trend. We are talking about serious money here. The market for what's called autonomous AI and agents, it's projected to blow up to almost $29 billion by 2028. To put that in perspective, that's a six-fold jump from 2024. This isn't just hype, it's a total reshaping of how software is going to work.
So to really wrap our heads around all this, here's the game plan. We'll quickly cover what an AI agent actually is, then we'll peek inside its mind, break down its four-step plan for getting stuff done, and then we'll look at where these agents are already popping up in the real world and what it all means for our future.
Okay, first things first. What in the world is an AI agent? Let's push past the movie villains for a second and nail down a solid, practical definition.
So at its very core, an AI agent is an autonomous entity. And look, there are really only three words you need to remember here: perceives, acts, and goals. It senses its surroundings, it takes action to change things, and, this is the key, it does all of this by itself to achieve a specific goal you give it.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hold on, isn't that just a really fancy chatbot? And that's a great question. Here's the difference. A chatbot can be a type of agent, but it's basically locked in a conversation box. An AI agent, well, it's so much bigger. Think of it like this. A chatbot can talk to you about a problem. An agent can talk to you, then go into your company's CRM, create a support ticket, and ping the right department to fix it, all without you lifting a finger. See the difference? One talks, the other does.
So how does it pull all that off? Let's pop the hood for a minute and actually look at the building blocks, the components and the cognitive modules that make up an agent's mind.
The best way to think about it is like this. You give the agent a task. Its percept, which is basically its sensor, takes in your request. The processor, its brain, kicks in and checks the knowledge base, its personal library, to figure out the best move. And finally, its actuator, which you can think of as its hands, actually performs the action, like physically sending that email or updating that customer record.
But what makes it truly intelligent are its cognitive modules. The profiling module gives it a personality. Is it a helpful assistant or a genius-level coder? The memory module lets it remember your past conversations so it can learn and get better. And most importantly, the planning and action modules are the dynamic duo that lets it look at a big, complex goal, strategize a way to tackle it, and then break it down into smaller, concrete tasks it can actually complete.
Okay, so we've seen all the individual parts, but how do they all click together? Well, it turns out that agents follow a really clear, logical four-step plan to get from A to B.
It's basically a simple four-step loop. First, it plans. It breaks down what you actually want. So if you say, find me the best AI agent project out there, it first has to figure out what best even means. Second, tool selection. It decides what it needs to get the job done. Maybe it'll use ChatGPT to define the criteria and then a search engine to go looking. Third, execution. It actually runs the search. And fourth, evaluation. It looks at what it found. And this right here is where the magic happens. If the results aren't good enough, it doesn't just stop and shrug. It loops right back to the beginning, refines its plan, and tries again until it nails it.
Now, this all sounds awesome in theory, right? But where are we actually seeing these AI agents out in the wild today? Let's switch gears from the technical stuff to the practical, real-world applications.
And you should know, these agents exist across a whole spectrum of intelligence. You've got your basics, like a simple reflex agent. Think of a smart thermostat that just reacts to the room temperature. A step up from that is a model-based agent, like a self-driving car that keeps an internal map of its surroundings. Then you get into the really strategic agents, goal-based ones, like a chess AI, or utility-based agents that can find the absolute most efficient way to do something. And at the very top, you have learning agents, like the spam filter in your email, that actually get smarter and better over time. And they are already making a huge impact in the business world. I mean, think about marketing teams using agents to automatically whip up ad campaigns, or sales teams using them to generate new leads. In education, they can create a unique, personalized learning plan for every single student. It really is all about automating those complex, time-sucking tasks, from managing your calendar to booking appointments, so that we humans can focus on the stuff that really matters.
So what does this all add up to? Where is this all heading? Well, every sign is pointing to one unavoidable conclusion. The next great wave in AI is going to be all about agents.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. As Forbes puts it right here, agentic capabilities will define the next great wave of progress in AI. This isn't just a small step forward, it's a whole new way of thinking. We're moving away from AI as a tool that we have to command and toward AI as a partner that we can delegate to.
Which brings me to one last question for you to chew on. As this technology gets more and more common, you're probably going to have your own little team of digital agents working for you. So I'll just leave you with this thought. What is the very first complex, annoying, time-consuming task you would hand off to your own personal AI agent? The possibilities are just getting started.